Team Canada has officially announced its roster for the upcoming World Junior Hockey Championship, and this year, 3 Saskatchewan-born players have cracked the roster. Yorkton's Caden Korzak, Saskatoon's Connor Zary, and Prince Albert's Braden Schneider will all wear the maple leaf when the tournament begins in a couple of weeks. Whether it be on the pond or in a backyard rink, hockey in its purest form doesn't have referees or painted lines or big salaries. And the players at this year's Heritage Classic were reminded of that when they hit the ice in the open air at Mosaic Stadium, including Jets captain Blake Wheeler, who has his own backyard rink for his son to create those same memories. 20 years as a university program for the Rams. The only meeting with the Huskies this season kick off tonight at 7. Well, it's finally here, the 2019 NHL Heritage Classic, just 1 day away with festivities already underway. And to help me tee things up, I'm joined by NHL Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly. And Bill, you have some Saskatchewan connections of your own.
A little bit. My mom was born in some Saskatoon roots.
Now, this is the first neutral site outdoor game in Canada. Why is it important for you guys to have an event like this in a city that doesn't have an NHL franchise? A couple more injury notes for you. Josh Mahura of the Pats and Brett Howden of the Warriors both hurt earlier this week in the Canada-Russia series. Well, Howden is out tonight for the Warriors. Mahura checks in for the Pats. Both of these teams will go at it again on Sunday in Moose Jaw. We'll have all the highlights for you of tonight's game on Global News at 10. Tonight, the Toronto Raptors had a chance to move just 1 game away from their first NBA title. Already guaranteed at least a split in Oakland. A win tonight against a banged-up Warriors team would give them a stranglehold on the series. Klay Thompson returning to the Warriors lineup despite the hamstring injury. Bad news for Golden State. The Raptors still have that guy, Kawhi Leonard, and despite both teams struggling early on, those two did not. Thompson from deep, 28 on the night, but on the ensuing possession, the claw with the answer, and he put the Raptors on his back in the opening 12. Down 13 with 45 seconds left to play in the quarter. Kawhi just took the ball and went to work inside and out, pulling the Raps within just 6 to end the quarter. It's the most talked about oblique injury in Saskatchewan, and today we got another update. Cody Fajardo was at Rider practice with the rest of his teammates, but he didn't attempt any throws. Now the Leopoldus Golden Suns here in the semis. James will have to race out here after the game. His sons, Sam and Ben, with a big playoff game over at the U of R. But the semifinals here tonight, the finals underway tomorrow. Taylor? Amid rising COVID-19 numbers and increasing restrictions, the Western Hockey League has abandoned its plan for a January 8th start. The league will chart a new course for the season in the coming weeks, and in the meantime, all teams and fans can do is be patient. Ryan Flaherty has more. On a bye week that has been anything but quiet, the Riders released Duron Carter, one of their most talented players on both sides of the ball. A move that turned some heads for a team that sits below 500 9 weeks into the season. Carter has a flair for the dramatic, leading some to believe that it was an off-the-field issue that led to his release. But on Sunday, Chris Jones wouldn't get into the details. Now, Tim Hunter has not been pleased with the officiating so far in this series, but if his team wants to push this thing to 5 games, they'll have to cash in when they do get a power play. Just 1 for 8 so far on the man advantage, while the Blades are 2 for 11. Despite the progress the sports world has made in recent years on LGBTQ issues, some members of the LGBTQ community still don't feel they can be themselves while enjoying their favorite sport. A curling league in Saskatoon is providing them with an opportunity to do just that. Ryan Flaherty reports. By the time Charleston Hughes plays another CFL game, at least a year and a half will have passed since the last time he suited up for the green and white. So to fulfill his own need for football, in November, he teamed up with fellow Riders defensive lineman Mac Henry to launch the Front 7 Academy, training young players from Regina who also had their own football seasons canceled.
So it came down to a point where I felt like it was needed. I know if I was going through this when I was in high school, when I was young, I would have been devastated to know that my senior year, my junior year, or my football season got canceled and I missed a year of football. So I'm trying to give these kids an opportunity to still get better, still improve on their skills, and still be able to transition into next year when everything is okay.
And for teenagers, having an outlet during the pandemic has been much needed.
It's been tough. I didn't have, when we were quarantined, I got a big family. I got 3 little brothers. Mom and dad were working at home at the time, so you love them, but eventually it gets tight, right? And to have somewhere to go out, and I'm playing with a few of my teammates here, and it's just a great experience to get out and have fun and still learn.
The opportunity to learn from Hughes, a 6-time CFL All-Star and the reigning league sack champion, along with Henry, who has won the Riders Community Service Award 3 straight seasons, has been surreal.
It's crazy. It's working out with the J.J. Watt of the CFL, right? Like, it's crazy. They know so much, and for them to want to come and help out, and that's just awesome.
It means everything, man. It's self-gratifying, I guess you can say, man. I take pleasure in watching other people develop, or it'll be a waste of time if I was to walk the rest of this earth for the rest of my life and not instill my knowledge and what I know into somebody else. Then I played football for no reason.
And Hughes and Henry are hoping to bring the Front 7 Academy to cities all across the province in 2021.
I want to try to have a positive effect on all of Saskatchewan when it comes to football, to know that I've trained certain kids to get to a certain level in their own football game and try to develop them the best way I can.
Ian Duffy, Global Sports.